Hello, we're back for day 11 of this 15-day Tumblr challenge, and which means it's ending on Friday. So be looking forward to that. Mark your calendars. You know, it'll be a celebration. You don't have to see my face on the screen anymore. I'm getting tired of it. I know you are. So treat yourself to a nice dinner Friday night. Maybe some lobster spaghetti, or I don't know, whatever fancy people eat. Today we're going to be talking about somebody I miss, and I'm going to be talking about my grandfather, not to be confused with my granny, my other grandfather, who I talked about in a previous video. I believe it was day 3 or day 4. It was whenever I talked about my most difficult experiences, and it was taking care of him when he had Alzheimer's, and yeah. So I already talked about how much I missed him, and we're talking about how much I miss my other grandfather. He passed away 8 years ago, I think, when I was 16, and it was sudden. It was nobody expected it. He was in perfect health. He went to the gym more than any 68-year-old should. I mean, and then he went hiking. He went canoeing. He was very, very active, and he liked to go on long trips, casinos. I mean, anything. And nobody expected it, but he was jogging on the treadmill in a gym, and he went to the locker room to change and go home, but he never came out. He collapsed inside the locker room, and I believe it was cardiac arrest, maybe like an irregular heartbeat, set off his rhythm, and nobody could save him in time. They didn't have a I guess it was, they found him too late. There was nobody in the locker room with him. So yeah, it was a sudden death, and I think that made it a lot harder because I believe I took him for granted. It's sad to say, but I was like I said before, I was a depressed teenager. I was sad all the time. I was just a miserable person. I wasn't fun to be around. I didn't like to leave the house, which meant I didn't spend a lot of time with him, because that's what he loved to do. He loved to get outside, which I love now, but it's too late. But yeah, he loved to go hiking and canoeing, and he would always invite his grandchildren, and I would turn him down 75% of the time, which it pisses me off so much now. It makes me kind of angry at my younger self, because I could have had so many amazing memories with him, and instead, I spent some time in my bed feeling sorry for myself, and not realizing that was probably hurting him. I'm sure he was disappointed that I didn't spend a lot of time with him. I mean, there were occasions where I went with him. We went bird watching. He loved doing that, and I do have memories with him. I didn't completely shut him out of my life or anything, but I definitely didn't spend as much time as I should have with him, and as I think I felt like he would always be here. He kind of felt like a superhero, He wasn't anything like the other elderly people I knew. He was more active than I was. He's probably in better shape than I was. And I just felt like he would always be around. But things happen, and you don't get to tell the person how much you respected them and admired them and loved them. And I think that's definitely one of my biggest regrets in life. I hope he knows somehow how much I thought about him. Yeah. So if you have somebody like that in your life, be sure to let them know, because you never know when your time is up.